What is going on? What is going on? Y'all already know it is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Morbius Comics and another edition of Comic Relief. And before I'm going to continue, I got to bring in this week's co-host. Y'all know him, the homie, Crash. What's going on, brother?
What up? What up? What up? What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. Happy Tuesday, brother. I appreciate you for coming on this week, holding it down with me for this episode of Comic Release. Actually, it's episode 21 too. So
yeah, my pleasure, bro. Thanks for having me.
Oh, for sure, man. Thank you for coming on. As always, you already know you're the homie. So this is basically your crib. You know, my crib is your crib. So, and of course, so I guess you could let the people know who's our special guest, who's in the building.
Our special guest today is none other than Mr. Whatnot himself, Rage Theo.
What's going on, Rage?
Hey guys, appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. And for those who don't know, y'all can find the brother Rage on IG, and he's also on Whatnot. The brother be pulling out, selling so many dope books. I mean, every time he pulls something out, I'm just like, man, another heater. And it's not just one. It could be like a whole library of books. Like this guy has like a whole entire room of just heaters all the time. But I mean, Rage, you let them know. You give a little bit of, let the people know what you do, what you're about, and where they can find you real quick.
Appreciate it, man. Much respect. So yeah, my name's Rage Theo. I like mutants. I like comic books. I like anything that relates to Marvel and the MCU. Yeah, that's basically it. You can find me on IG at Rage Theo, Whatnot, also at Rage Theo. And yeah, I like to party and have a good time too, you know.
my kind of guy. And what I also love, for those who don't know, this guy has a serious knife collection, man. Like when I first saw him on IG and he pulled out that big ass sword, I was just like, to open a box this big, I was like,
damn.
I was like, going into it, I was like, this man is serious. He is serious.
Nice.
Yeah, his info is in the description, guys. And definitely for those who are catching the replay, appreciate you too for checking us out. And let's just, I guess,
drink.
Why not? Let's see who's in the chat, man.
Let's get the drink here.
Oh, whoa. First, let's check the chat. Let's check the chat first before we go into it. Let's check the chat. Let's not get too excited now, Crash. Let's check the chat now. Let's see who's in the building right now. We got a few people up in here. What's going on? Let's see who's in here. All right, we got Brent, we got Paul Morris.
All right, PJ.
We also got we got Comics King.
Brandon
King. In the building.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, Brandon?
All right.
You know, we got the homie Justin. He's in the building.
What up?
Comics. Of course, shout out to the homie Unruly Simeon.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Yes, sir. No doubt.
And of course, got to give a shout out to the homie Sheena. What's going on, homegirl? Appreciate you.
Sheena.
Always in the building. You know, let's see who else we got here. Oh, Travis, good. What's going on?
All right, the Spine Ticks crew.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Got the Spine Tick family in the building. And of course, you know, got to give a shout out to Michelle.
Yes.
And holding it down.
The Sinkovich fan. Yes.
Yes, Sinkovich fan, bro. All day. Who else we got here? Oh, wait, skipped on me. Hold on. She skipped on me. Thomas Jackson was good, man. Appreciate you.
What's up, Thomas?
Always in the building, man. Thank you so much, man. So yeah, man, let's basically today's topic, man, for those who are just joining us and you know and tuning in, like today's topic is we're gonna be talking about how your local comic shop changes the price after you spend hours digging. You come to the counter and they want to change the price. We want to know what you guys feel in the chat about that, how y'all feel about it. Have any pros, any cons, you know, because y'all gonna hear what we're gonna feel about it in a minute. So but and it's great. That's another reason why I wanted Rage here, because Rage is he's, you know, obviously he sells comic books, but he's somebody who I wanted to get his opinion on this, because that's his forte. He sells books. He's not, you know, has a comic shop where, you know, he's gonna, well, not yet, I'm assuming, right?
One thing I want to say,
Go ahead. Let's do it. Let's get into it.
I have no aspirations of ever having a shop. I am not a dealer.
Okay.
It is not my fault the books I want are expensive.
Okay.
I respect that. I gotta respect
That's
that. You know, but Crash, let's start with you. What's your take on it?
Well, thank God that has never happened to me, because I probably would have got kicked out of the store for cursing dude out. So I'm so happy that hasn't happened to me. But honestly, I think that's some really lazy ass shit. I mean, you should sit there and price your joints and don't pull that shit just because you didn't feel like pricing it. And it's not cool. I don't know if it's some new shit, but from back in the day for me, that's part of the excitement. Is, I mean, when you're going out there hunting, it's almost, you like digging in the crates. You're really trying to find some good shit. That's part of the appeal that I have coming into comic books, is being able to find something that is a lot less than everybody else got it. And you like, wow, you got bragging rights. Like, yo, this is what I paid for it. Would you pay for it? You know what I mean? So, and you're putting in work. You're going through that. I mean, how many hours people spend in comic book stores looking through those books to find those gems, and then when you find it, thinking, okay, look, this is what the price tag has on it, or if it has no price, and you're like, wait a second. First of all, if it has no price, that's some fugazi shit right there. You know what I mean? You should have prices on your joints. So that's, I guess that's how I feel.
All right. Well, one thing we did mess up though, we forgot exactly what you're doing. Cheers, guys.
Yeah.
Salute. We got about that. We got excited, wanted to jump into this topic.
Salute. So what you drinking, more?
Me, I'm having some Hennessy VSOP.
All right. And I got myself a Sweetwater IPA.
Nice. What you got there, Rage?
I brought my balls with me today.
Balls, baby.
Nice.
Can't get mad at him with that. But yeah, so Rage, what's your take on it? How you feel about it?
So for me,
have you experienced it?
Yeah. So for me personally, I've experienced it twice. Once recently and once a while ago, and my reaction was the same reaction both times. I just haggled the guy, and I asked him, why would I buy comic books from you when I could just you're getting the price off eBay? Well, I should just go to eBay. eBay, if I don't like the grade or I don't like the price, they got buyer protection. I can return that.
That's right.
So I feel like really using those talking points, and I eventually bought the books because he didn't go off eBay pricing. So I feel like you got to haggle them just like how you'd haggle anybody. But piggybacking off what Crash said, yeah, you want to find that diamond in the rough and get it for a steal, and that's the whole point of hunting. Otherwise, what are we doing?
Right.
How are we going to hook up our friends or our customers who we sell books to, or vice versa? We're not trying to rob anybody. Everyone's trying to make money, but
right.
eBay's just a guide, not the way.
Right.
I totally agree.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I see it from the seller's point of view. I get it. Trust me, I see both sides, but there has to be a fair playing ground. I understand if you see a book and it's like, oh, that's worth more. You know what? Pull it, put the price on it, and then put it back out there. You can put whatever you want on it. It's your store. But I mean, if you put it out there and it's fair game if somebody finds it for whatever you put it out there for, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's happened to me twice, just like Rage said, and it happened a while back. It hasn't happened to me recently, and when it did, I mean, of course, I was frustrated because I was there literally for 3 hours in that shop, and the first thing he did was, he was like, "Oh, let me go and check eBay." I'm gonna keep my mouth shut, so I was just like, "Oh shit!" Who knew eBay was, the official price guide for comics? I was just like, bet that's the perfect place to check is eBay. Of course, why not? And the guy was like, oh, I mean, that's just, I mean, I got to check it because, I said, well, why didn't you check it when you had it here, and you had plenty of time to go through your inventory, to look through your books. And another thing is, I'm going to say, just to be the devil's advocate, put a sign up. If that's the way you're going to play this game, at least put a sign up. Warn me. Give me a heads up so I'm not spending 3 hours, right? I'm not spending 3 hours in your shop thinking I'm going to get this deal, which is the whole point, what you guys were both saying. That's the whole point why you go hunting, is to find that deal, And then the fact that you're going to make me do all this work for then you to now get the benefit of all that work to charge me out my ass for something like what Rage said. For that, I'll just go to eBay. If you're gonna charge me eBay, just go to eBay. You know, and I'll just never leave my fucking house. You know,
sometimes eBay's got those steals though, bro.
They do. You know, and to me, it's like they do, man. And you get away with. And one thing that Dan De La Toro said before, and which is something that I've experienced many a times, even to this day, is when you deal with those non-key, you know, Silver Age or back issues. It's a steal, bro. I've gotten books that, you know, I run to the bank with them. You know what I mean? Because it's like you're getting these books and you're thinking like, holy shit, these, you know, it's not a key, but it's a very good Silver Age. To me, is valuable. Right. You know, to me, it has value. To me, it's great. It's gonna complete my runs. You know, and I'm getting away with murder. You know, I'm walking away with a $20 book that I know for a fact is not a $20 book.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But see, as Travis is saying in the comments, I agree with him. I'm down with the Overstreet guide. I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I totally understand where the stores are coming from on those things. You know, it's a business at the end of the day. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But there has to be a reason why I'm going to continually go to your place of business because I can go to somebody else's. But it's fair is fair, as Morbius said. If that's how you do business, put the sign up, and that way I know what's going on. It's just feeling like the rug is being pulled from underneath you. That's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that also what he was saying with the overpriced guy, where I've had people say, well, the overpriced guys need to be updated on a daily basis because the way things are now with prices on books and how they just blow up from one day to the next because one speculation from another or a TV show, you know, so they're saying, hey, that price guide isn't correct or accurate because these prices are changing on a daily basis, you know, and I've heard that already.
You know, and that's why I like mutants, bro.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's
that spec stuff, man.
Right. I mean, that's fine and dandy, but at the end of the day, it's a guide. So if you're going to base your prices off of that, that's fine. You're right. It maybe does have to be updated every week, every 2 weeks, or even every day. But at least as a starting point, and as the store owner, you should do your homework to say, okay, let me see what it is today. Do I need to pull a book off of the shelf? Or you're going to be on some lazy shit, not even look at your inventory and double check to see where the prices have gone, especially in today's volatile market where comic books can change like that. You need, as the store owner, you need to do your work too. You know what I mean?
Right. You got to do your due diligence. You got to be just the way we do our due diligence was, you know, speculating and you know, making sure you're looking into books and trying to read into things and saying like, hey, is this going to be the next big thing? Is this going to be the next big character? You know, the same way we do our homework, they need to do their work. I mean, there's a shop that I go to out in Newark, you know, Fortress Prime, and they're amazing, man. The guy, he'll tell you all day, every day. I found $150 Star Wars book, a key issue for $5 He knew it. I brought it to the counter. You know what he said? Great fucking find, bro. You know, that's all he told me. Great,
right? Respect.
You know, he honors it. He honors it. I've spent days in that shop coming out of there feeling like I've stole something. You know what I mean? Right. Because of the prices that, you know, it's like, you know, this is a fucking key book. And he's like, hey, if it's $10, it's $10, man. You know, that's what it is. You know? And,
yeah.
So playing a little bit of devil's advocate though.
Okay.
Is it fair for us to expect a shop to have all their books like up to date on pricing?
You see that there you go. That's another way that you have to look at it from their perspective, where if you got a shop that you got, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 books.
Yeah, you might be a two-man show, you know?
Exactly. And on that aspect, you got to really think about it, because if you look at your own collection where you have, let's say, 8,000, 10,000 books, when was the last time you went through those books? Like, when was the last time you went through your whole collection and was individually going through it? And you're only talking about, maybe a quarter of what, or even less than that, of what they have in some of these shops. And then now you're going to expect, that's what I was saying. We have to look at it from both sides. You know what I mean? We can't just go in it because we're looking at it from the consumer, but then we're not looking at it from the retail side of it. Where these guys are, a lot of these guys too, they're older heads. You know what I mean? A lot of these shops that have been around for a while, these guys are not like, young bucks that are eager and want to get into these books. There's a lot of shops that I go to where these guys are like in their 60s, the owners, 70, gray hair. You really think he's going to spend, that time going through all those fucking books that he's like, fuck that. He's thinking, I'd rather wait for one of you young fucks to spend all that time, bring it to the counter, and then I upcharge.
You got to work up like a barter system where you're like,
right.
I've been telling people that, like, maybe tell the guy first, if there's no pricing, you're starting to hunt, you see no pricing, maybe go to the guy and say, hey, I see you have no pricing. You're going to look up everything when I get here, right?
Right.
If that's the case.
Right.
Will you give me a discount if I do like all the work and get all these? Otherwise, like, what's the point?
You know what? I truly agree with that. I think that's something that we need to start putting into practice. Like when you first walk into the shop, you got to see where they're at, especially if it's a shop you've never been to, and just be like, hey, just out of curiosity, if I find a book and I'm digging here for hours and I find some books that are now worth more than what are you going to charge me, the same price? You're going to honor it, or and if you're not going to honor it, like Ray said, we got to work a deal. We got to work something out here, because I just did all the.
Got to talk percentages,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if I'm doing this work, I understand you need to make money, but at the same time, I'm putting in this work, So we got to make an arrangement here that we're both happy.
Time's money too,
Exactly. So you're spending 3 hours in this shop that you're like, listen, I could have spent this time somewhere else and bring that, that money somewhere else, or my time somewhere else. And I think that that's something that's important that we need to really now think about, when we in these situations. It's not something where you can't just expect these shops, like we were saying, when you have a certain amount of books, and depending on your history, your age, and how, you can't expect these guys to really dig into these books. But then again, we cannot expect them to also get away with charging us an eBay price on a book that we spent 3 hours digging for, so you got that pro and you got that con, and you got to find that balance, that medium with your local, comic shop and with yourself, and like I said, there's certain shops I avoid entirely, because like that last shop that I went to, the guy I spoke, when I was like, yo, what are you doing? And I told him, I said, so you're going to charge me $50 for this book, and it says $5. I said, you telling me we can't do half? Can't go half? Because what it's saying on eBay, I lost my fucking top. Like, it's just like what Thomas Jackson. I left the book on the counter, man. I walked the fuck out. I was like, yo, you know what, man? Fuck this. I just walked. That was the last time. I was like, I can't deal with it. Like, this dude is acting the fuck up. Like,
at the end of the day, it's right. It is his prerogative, because it is his store. And like I stated at first, I haven't had an experience like that. All my experiences have been good experiences. Honestly, I know I'm talking a bunch of shit, but honestly, my experiences have been good ones. There's a shop that I go to every time I visit my in-laws in Florida. We go once a year. And every time I go there, I visit this comic store, and the guy knows me by now. And it's like, he sees me come in once a year. So when I go in there, there's been some price discrepancies, but he's willing to work it out. He's willing to have a conversation with me. He's willing to barter. He's willing to like even go into a story. He's like, yo, tell me the last time you had the last experience in a comic store where you was at, just out of curiosity. And then just having conversation like that, and at the end of that conversation, he'll give me a better price because I shared some conversation with him. So he sees that I'm trying to go do the back and forth. And, and I have other arrangements with other stores where there's this one store I used to go to, actually, when Morbius came out here, I took him to. The guy at this particular store, it's like a restaurant and whatnot, so you get to eat there and shop comic books. So this guy, he's great with his prices because I eat at his place. I also, spend money in other places in his business. So when we sit down and talk comics, he gives me these great deals. So like I said, I've had nothing but great experiences.
Yeah. I mean, it's you could look at it from so many ways, because like, once again, we got to be fair. We're looking at it from the consumer point of view. We're not looking at it from the retail point of view or from the owner's point of view, which still, at the end of the day, I'm not going to fully agree, because it's like what Rage said, you got to come to an understanding. You got to come to an agreement, man. You can't just pull the okie doke on us when we come to the counter, and then now you're just going to shit on us and be like, no, well, you're going to pay this much now. And it's like, what? And then on top of that, you're not even going to like a legitimate site to grade the book or to value the book. You're going straight to fucking eBay. And it's like, come on, now we all know what eBay is about. Like, You know what I mean? It's like me. That's like my pet peeve when it comes to eBay. Like when it
Big
comes to
time.
anything, like don't try to go. Like I said, if you're looking for like back issues, non-keys, Silver Age non-keys, you get away like a fat rat. I would say 85% of the time. Depending how much work you put into digging and looking, you could get away with stuff. But outside of that, good luck, man. Good luck with that.
As Rage said, I'm sorry.
No, good.
I was saying, as Rage said before, about how in eBay you can get some really great deals on eBay, but as we were talking before, these store owners, they're not looking at the great deals. They're not giving you that price of those great deals. They're trying to give you the price of the inflated ones, right? The ones that those are the ones I'm sure that get on your nerves more so, because the price is nowhere near what you believe it's actually worth, or nowhere near what the sticker is showing. He just looked on eBay and probably went to the highest one and said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna charge you that."
Right, exactly, and that's another thing they do a lot. That's annoying to me, is where they'll go right to the high, they'll go to the highest price. And it's funny what Geek Driven was saying. He's like, they could pay me for the time it took to do their job for them.
Right.
Well, that's where the negotiation comes in, where you're gonna be like, hey man, I pretty much did your job today. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to cut me some type of deal. Like you can't. I'm not gonna let you get away with this. Like that's not happening. You know what I mean?
I think they also forget that they often get the books at a pretty good deal. It's not a secret, So
yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Unless it's slabbed, I can understand it. But if it's raw, it's like there should be a deal cut all day.
Come on now, especially when you see a book with it's bagged and boarded in a bag and board that has been like maybe 15 years. It's got like a price tag sticker on it for like $4. And that stick has been there for like 30 years. That you can tell the shit's been in that box for like 50 years. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna try to, you know what I mean? Like now you're gonna that's different. You know what I mean?
Brought it to the counter in 10 years.
In fucking 10 years, bro. And I'm coming out with this shit, and then you're gonna be like, oh wait a minute, isn't that the new Loki? Isn't that the Mephisto that was supposed to be in? Like get like get out of here, man. Like, but at the same time, I said like, hey, if that's, I think the way to go about it, I really think what Rage was saying, it really made a lot of sense. Where, when you first come into the shop, it's that you got to have that discord. You got to have that conversation and be like, hey, I'm gonna be digging, but if I find something, how you go about it? Like, what's your approach on me finding something that you don't even know existed in your, in your store, and now it's worth something outside of that sticker price that's on it,
Right.
And I think that's important to talk, because that's something that I do as well. Like when I do claim sales, let's say if Rage has a claim sale, before I even claim on the claim sale, I would reach out to you, Rage, and be like, hey, if I claim any books, if I claim this book, are you okay with me paying you? Not this week that I have, but the following week. But I'm just giving you the heads up. If I do claim something, you will get your payment, but I'm just not able to give you full payment right now. I'll give you partial payment, and then I could give you the full payment next week. That's something I've done. When I know that I'm gonna go in and I'm spending over, and that's not on a $20 book. I'm talking about we spending like over $300-$500. You know what I mean? And I'm coming in.
Right.
I'm like, hey, I can drop $200 right now.
Right.
But I'll drop the rest later. Are you okay with something like that? Because I saw a book you have and I really want that book. I've done that in the past. And then, of course, the seller's like, for sure. But then again, I'm not doing that straight off the bat. I'm doing that with people that I've purchased from, that I've made at least 2 or 3 purchases from. And then I come off directly. And then, there might be small purchases, maybe an $80 book, maybe a $50 book. But then now I go back and I'm like, yo, he got that, Tomb of Dracula #1. I need that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know.
Right. You know how the expression goes.
Tell him, Rick.
Can't take dinner before you
Exactly.
You got to sweeten it up first, man.
You got to sweeten it up first.
Right,
exactly.
right. So I'm curious, Rage, I'm curious. I want to hear a situation you had where you were able to like break the price on somebody, where somebody was really stuck on one price, and based on whatever you did, you got him to really, go your way.
So this is where I like to say that like other apps like Key Collector and Go Collect come in handy. I don't know if you guys know, but Key Collector and Go Collect, those are what I like to call like friend pricing, right? That's what kind of like a collector to a collector should price a book at. We'd all don't price books like that because not every book should be priced like that.
Correct.
But some should.
Right.
And bringing about those numbers and showing the differences in sales is something to be noted when you're talking about that.
Yes, I definitely agree with you right there, man. Because
if you're going to say something, back it up with another reference.
Back it up with another reference. Once again, the people that I've purchased books from, that's exactly how we go about it. And I'm talking from one collector to another, where I seen him post a book. Hey, I'm thinking about selling this. Hey, I'll buy it for you. What are you looking to pick it up for? He'll take me right to Go Collect. He'll take me right, and he'll give you, this is the price I'm charging you, what you see right here. And I'm just like, bro, that's what's up. Because you've seen books in Key App where they're literally $5 books. Literally $5 books. You hit that eBay button, $40. And you're like $50. You're like, how the fuck is that a $50
nowhere
book?
close.
It's a and then you got them fucking assholes who are going like $100, $200 on a $5 book. And then you gotta love it when they're like right underneath each other. Like, you got the common sense guy who posts it, let's say for $10. I get it. He's trying to make his money for what he spent. I get that. I would buy it. I get it. So he got it for 10. And right above him, you see $250. The same fucking book, not slabbed, raw, same condition, and you're just like, what the fuck, bro?
I just recently saw a screenshot of that where someone showed on eBay. I forgot, it was one of the guys that I follow, and it showed it was a comic. It was 3 comics that were shown right next to each other. The top one sold for like maybe $50. The next one sold for $25, and the next one sold for $10. Same books.
Same books. Identical books. Yeah. Same condition. See that's where right. That's where I have the problem. You know what I mean? That's where I have the problem where, you got people when they go immediately to eBay to go value a book, you lost me. Like I'm not even entertaining that conversation, man. It's like I'm done.
Yeah.
But now if you want to be realistic about it and like you said, go to Go Collect, even the Key App, you're just like, okay, let's talk business now. Now we could talk money. But,
what they saying in the comments? I'm curious what they saying in the comments.
The comments, well, you got Geek Driven. He's saying, I love my LCS, bro. He's saying it. And then you got wanted to go back real quick. Geek Driven over said he found a second print of Stray Dogs in the back bin for cover price today. My LCS said that's fine.
Lucky.
See?
Dope.
Nice,
see?
Bro. Nice. That was real nice. Yeah, I love that, man. I love those, man. Let's see. I never brought, let's say, a $5 book up to the counter and had the owner say, nah, it's actually a $50 book. But I'd be like, peace, fuck. Exactly.
I guess that's never happened to me neither. But yo, man.
It's not a good feeling, man. It's not a good feeling.
Man, I can't even imagine it.
Very, very awkward situation, especially if you've been there prior and this is your first time experiencing something with somebody that you're kind of like cool with, you had some kind of rapport with. It's different when it's your first time in that shop. You could kind of act the fool, you know what I mean? And like no holds bar and just be like, fuck that. I don't know you.
I prefer that.
Say again?
I prefer that. I'm a very unique hunter, and I will make it known to the person that that's my first time doing business with them.
Right.
If they want a good customer, they're going to want this experience to be positive.
Exactly.
If not, this is going to be a very big financial mistake for them.
Exactly.
So buck up.
That's nice. You were telling them straight up.
Hit it right on it. Exactly. Because you figure the amount of money that we's dropping, you know what I mean, in these shops, and it's a lot of fucking money, and I got 3 shops I go to. Those are my 3 main shops. And these guys are like, I'm paying their fucking rent, basically. You know what I mean? And it's like, and that's something that's a great approach. And Rage, I appreciate you for that. And those listening, that's a great approach to go about this. When you go in there, you really have to be adamant. Don't be afraid to tell them, like, hey, listen, you have to, like Rage said, If this isn't a positive experience for me, why would I come back and give you my money? I'm not going to come back and keep dropping money here. If this is the experience I'm having for the first time in your shop, nah, I'm out of here. And that's happened to me. You know, there's been plenty, those 2 shops I've never went back to, you know, and those were my first time in that shop, and I never went back to them because I'm like, nah, man, if this is the way it is, I'm not dealing with you, you know. And it's funny because one of the old shops that I go to a lot, he tried to pull it one day. He did try to pull that shit on me one day. I mean, you know, I was just like, hey, like, what's going on here? You know, I was just like, I've been coming here like 4 years, ain't never had a problem, and now you want to upcharge me right now? And he was like, oh, no, yeah, you're right. I apologize. I take that back. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, bro, like, I get it. You was probably like in the moment, like thinking like, you know, save that shit for the new guys. Like, don't pull that shit on me, bro.
Save that shit for that. I walk in like, you better make this a good person.
Exactly. Like, the new guy, fuck that. Like, the only fucking, like, you know, what you call that? How ironic was that statement, right? Like,
right.
Hey, it's a cycle though, right? Because you want to help an existing customer, but you want to have a new customer, right? So you have to. It's a double-edged sword, man. You got to play.
Yeah, it really is, man. It really is.
Right. He's like Geek Driven is leaving a lot of messages here.
Yeah, he said, I've never been to a comic shop that charged me more at the counter. If anything, I've only received discounts. That's how you gain loyalty. Definitely.
Right.
You know, that helps all the time, man. Helps all the time. Let's see what Moonlit here says. I like going through unpriced sections of my local. I say, that's scary sometimes. Sometimes I find some gold. Owners look it up and like, yeah, this is $100 book. Take it for 60. I'm cool with that. See, that's right. It's a negotiation. They're understanding the fact that you put in that work, and they're like, you know what, it's not fair to you. But then again, at the same time, they need to pay their rent. They need to keep the light on. And I get it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I get it. You know, so if we could work something out, meet in the middle somewhere, I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? It's just
absolutely.
You know,
I wanted to share a really good experience I had just a couple, like actually it was last month. I was filling up a couple gaps in my X-Men collection. So I did my research. I saw exactly how much they were worth, what I'm willing to pay for them. And the fact that when I took note, I realized it was about 25 books that I was going to get at this one shot. So I said, okay, cool. This is 25 books. So went into my dude, was like, yo, check this out. I'm going to fill in a couple gaps today. So I came last week. I saw you have a few of the issues I'm looking for. I'm looking to take about 25 issues off your hands today. So let's talk good pricing here. Let's make a deal or something. So he's like, all right, let me see what I can do for you. And he's going through and goes, oh, okay, well, how about, then he gives you this one price. And then I just give him another one. But we went back and forth and he was willing to do that for me. And then on top of that, because I wasn't being a real dick to him, you know, I wasn't really sticking it to him. I was like, you know what? All right, cool. We'll take it for that. At the end, he didn't charge me tax for it. He was like, you know what? Because you're such a cool guy, I won't even charge you the tax today. So I was like, all right, cool. See, we had a good exchange. It was a positive experience. And he knows I'm going to keep on coming back.
Plus, don't underestimate the power of a review.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
I'm not saying to threaten with a review.
Right.
To be noted.
Just put it out there.
That's good to know.
It's always an ace in the back pocket. You know?
Right.
That's good to know.
Exactly.
What's going on, Albert?
Let's see what Albert got. He says, unlisted prices always get me nervous. I hate the negotiation process. I feel you on that. I'm not comfortable with it. It makes me not want to go through the process at all. Shops that do this, I avoid.
I like it. I wish I could do it for people. Just go
right. You know what I mean? It's like, exactly, right? It's like, you know, and not everybody, you know, that's another thing, guys. That's another thing. Not everybody is combative like we are. Because I say that I'm a combative person in the sense that I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to go back and forth.
Passionate.
There you go. I'm passionate. I am a passionate person.
I've been accused of that a lot.
Hell yeah. I'm a
passionate, yeah.
person, you know, and we love to express how passionate we are when we know that we're in the right, you know, and we know that what we're saying is correct. and what we're saying has logic behind it, and it's in fairness that we're speaking. So I am truly passionate when it comes to that, but not everybody is, guys, and that's something we also got to keep in mind, that not there's people who don't like to deal with those situations, just like Albert just said. You know, he strays away from that, and that's something that is that's sad, because that takes away from that experience that he could have had, or books that he could have had in his collection, but he was afraid to haggle or go through that process because he just doesn't feel comfortable with that, because he was put in that position. You know?
That's why Rage needs to make an app that's a haggle app. He's like, hey, let me press the app, and he haggles for you.
That's it. You know what I mean? You hit him up, and he'll show up at your town. He'll go to the comic shop with you. And he'll be like, yo, you see my man right here? He done picked up 20 books from you. You know? And you gonna charge him?
You're gonna charge him eBay prices?
Yeah,
come on. You gonna charge him eBay prices? You see this sword, right? This is
even sword.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about the knife collection. Right. No wonder you're good at your negotiation skills. You got some weaponry to back that shit up.
I was a weapons collector before I was a comic collector.
Oh, nice. Get out of here. That's dope, man. That's what's up. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk.
Just weapons. Oh yeah, we'll definitely talk about that.
We talking my language.
Yeah. What's Jason saying here? I know Morbius. You
and Alex. This is actually he's talking about ANX Comics. Shout out to Jason Kleiman Comics. He's talking about ANX Comics, which is out here in North Bergen, New Jersey, which is where I moved to Jersey. I was originally from New York, the Bronx, and I moved to Jersey. And ANX Comics was the first comic shop that I hit up, and I've been going there for years nonstop. That's where I got my main pull list at. And Jason as well. He pulls his books there from there as well. Nice. And he knows that, you know, he always does right. You know, he's one of the guys that every time I go there, you know, he hooks me up, man. You know, he's one of those owners that he pulls books for you that ain't even on your pull list, but he knows that they're gonna blow up and be keys. Like he's pulled out books for me that weren't even on my radar. I'm not a DC guy, but he was pulling the Nightwing stuff. He's pulling, you know, all the Joker, all the, you know, the Batman, any Dark Detective, like all the stuff that were key issues that were coming out. I'm just going there and I'm just going through my pool, and I'm like, I didn't pull, but I appreciate you because this is a $20 book now, so thank you. You know what I mean?
Good business owner.
A price for it. You know, I'm like, thank you. He even threw that Fortnite one in there, like that Batman Fortnite, you know, that I didn't even, like, that wasn't even on my radar.
That book was hyped.
Right, it was hyped, you know, and now it's a little money. I don't know, what is it, like $20 or something like that? Like
it's been 20, yeah.
Yeah.
But still, it was a good book that wasn't on your radar, and he put you onto it.
And he put me on, and he threw it in my pool. You know, so these are the guys that I throw my money at them. Like I walk in with my credit card in my hand, and I'm just like, here, man, just take it. You know what I mean? I'll be back in 2 hours. Just hold on to it. You know what I mean? And because they're just, you know, those are the shops that, you know, you love and always wish that you could have in your back pocket to go to. But then again, the shops that we're talking about today, unfortunately, are the ones that are not doing that. You know, the ones that are not looking out for the customer and not looking out for the collector. You know, because at the end of the day, that's what we are. We are collectors. We are doing this for a passion. We love what we do. We love to read our books. You know, we love to collect. We love to just everything that goes with comics. We enjoy it. We've been doing it for so long. Rage, how long, as a matter of fact, how long have you been collecting comics?
So I've been collecting on and off since I was about 11. But I didn't get really heavy into it until I hit about 30. And then, I'm 36 now, so I think that was a couple of years ago. I started my IG and just got heavy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
going in.
Yeah, actually, I just saw.
I was baby, so I was all, you know, Turtles, X-Men, Batman, you know, all Spider-Man, all that jazz. You know.
I just saw your collection today. When Morbius told me you were going to be on today, I went to your IG for the first time today. And I saw, I was like, this guy, is he a store? That was my first question to myself. You got some gems, bro. You got some heat, some nice heat.
Guys, anybody who's in here is not following Rage, please go follow him. His link is in the description. Go follow this guy. This guy's amazing. He has great pricing too. He's amazing, man. The only thing that's why a lot of times I just get upset because I be scheduling stuff when you're doing your claim sales and stuff, and I always fucking miss it. Rage, I'm like, I'm there. I'm like, I feel like a dick because I comment on it and I'm like, yo, I'm dead. And then next thing you know, I'm stuck with my 3-year-old doing some dumb shit. I'm just like, oh fuck, I can't fucking keep up with the claim.
Exactly.
You know, I
I
can't watch
appreciate
it.
it though. I appreciate
But I'm
it.
always
Yeah,
on that. But
I
guys,
see a
if
lot of
y'all-
X-Men on there.
That's what you just took the words out of my mouth.
That's my
If
jam.
y'all
Yeah.
looking for some X-Men heat, this is your man
Yeah.
right here. Yo, there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't see this man posting like 30 X-Men books that I'm just like, bro.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I don't. Maybe when we go into the background, I'm just gonna figure out how the fuck you get these books, like how you manage to get to this point that you're at right now.
Right.
I have so much of inventory of so much heat. You know what I mean? It's like how did you get there? You know what I mean? And
We'll
that'll
talk.
be another subject. We're not gonna talk about that. We'll talk about another time where we're gonna, that'll be a whole other subject, but
One day we'll
it's
talk.
amazing. It's amazing what he's doing for the community, guys. So please
Yeah.
go follow him.
All I
He's
gotta
doing
say is
so much.
one day the oil field always comes dry, right?
That's right.
Right.
Just remember where everyone got the gas before it's hot, right?
That's right.
You know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
you got the X-Men heat, man. If it wasn't for the fact that I got full runs of X-Men, I'd be buying joints for you because, yo, like
Yeah,
there been a couple
They're
times
coming,
like,
bro.
man,
They're coming.
yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So exactly what he said. Get them now, yo. Get
Get 'em
these
now.
X-Men now, for real.
Now,
Now.
that's what I'm saying. Yesterday was the time, but yeah, now.
Right.
Yeah,
Yesterday
absolutely.
was supposed. Today is a little, and tomorrow is gonna be out of control. So,
Huh?
5
Get 'em.
years.
yep, that's it.
Bye-bye. That's it.
It's $20 today. It's 150 and 205 years from now. Good luck with that.
Hey, in 5 years, y'all come check me because I'm gonna be selling my X-Men collection. All right.
No, he's
'Cause I
gonna
got
be
full
selling it to
runs.
Rage, and then Rage is gonna
I'm
be
gonna be sold out.
so,
Yep.
yeah, Rage, you gotta check out Crash's collection, man. Like this guy,
100%.
yeah, this guy owns every X-Men, all the runs, all the volumes.
That's
Like
incredible.
if it has an X on it, he got it.
Yeah. I got
He
a
got
pretty
it.
big X-Men collection. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a serious
I had
X-Men
1
man.
through
Like
500 at one point. That was the top. That was,
Ooh, nice.
I
Yeah.
topped that 50 times over.
dude, I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys do it. Because like me, as those who know, like I'm a hoarder. I can't get rid of nothing.
Yeah,
Even
me
the
too.
Rage, even the free bullshit that they send me, the books they're giving away when you buy stuff, and they throw them extra books in there, like if you're gonna be fucking excited about it, like some fucking half-ass book you never heard of in your life.
Right.
Yeah, that has its own box in my house. Like I don't get rid of nothing, man. I'm like a hoarder. I don't fucking trade. I don't do
Oh, yeah,
anything.
we'll definitely talk one day. Because I'm married with 3 kids, and
Exactly.
the only way half of this can fly is if the old lady sees more books going out than coming in.
Yeah. There you go.
So let me ask
He
you,
had the
Rage,
system. He
so-
got it worked out.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, look, I sold all of these. I just have one now. She's like, oh, that's it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. Look.
Exactly. So Rage, let me ask you this. This is something you do full time? Are you selling books
No.
full time?
No.
Oh wow, that's work, brother.
If I was doing this full time, it would be nuclear.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Brother. Damn, that's amazing, man. That's work, man. I commend
No,
you for
I'm
this.
a stay-at-home dad. That's my full-time job.
No, that's awesome,
Nice.
brother. That's awesome, man. And I relate
Good
to you because I do have 3 kids myself. I had 2 kids from my previous marriage, and then now I have 1 for my current marriage. So I know it's not easy being a father, especially of even 1 kid. I know Crash also is a father. And just having children, just being a father in general, man, it's not an easy time. It's a job in itself. It's a job in itself. There's a lot of responsibility, and also being a husband to the woman who has these children is a job in itself. You know what I mean?
I didn't even consider that as like a job. That's beyond it. That's like
Right.
That's like brushing your teeth. You have to.
You have to do it. It's something that's funny.
That's
It's
a
something
good way
that
of
I
putting
always-
it.
Right. It's something I laugh at because, you hear them guys that be like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm holding it down. I'm raising my kids and shit. And you're like, bro, that's what the fuck you supposed to do. It's like you're not doing nothing.
Nobody that does
It's
that.
special.
Hey, what do you want, a fucking purple star and shit? Like, here you go. You're raising your fucking kids. What you supposed to fucking do? You know what I mean? You're not doing that
Oh
extra.
man.
You know? So I commend, dads and people who have families that do this on a regular basis, and even as much work as you guys who sell books. People don't understand how much work goes behind this, and I see, Ray just gotta laugh at it, man.
Yeah, that's a lot of work, man.
Dude,
I'm curious.
Right now,
yeah.
When just doing the packaging and shipping stuff, that right there, that's like a whole nother level. That's not even like, you're not even talking about doing the claims, actually going live and putting the books out and getting the books and doing it. But then you got to package.
Don't forget about the posts and the tags.
The posts, right. The promotion, and then you networking with other IG sites. You're networking with other people, and you're just like, yeah, we got to network and coordinating with them on their schedule and doing, bro. When I see the books, when you're shipping them out, I'm just like, bro, for me, to ship one out takes me like 3 weeks to ship.
Yeah, he's right. He be sending me books and like, yo, Crash, I'm gonna send you this book. And like a month later, like, yo, more, where's that book at, bro? Oh, my bad.
My bad, son. I got it. It's right here. It's still in the box. I just have on it.
What they say in the comments.
That's funny.
Yo, shout out. Let's see what's going on in the comments real quick, man.
I gotta go live one day when I do my shipping. Show you guys what I go through.
Oh man,
that's a good. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I really do, man. You know what? It'll be dope, Rage, if you could do some like behind the scenes, man, and show people the work that entails in what you do. Because people they see that after.
That's more.
It's more work.
I'm done. That's it. I'm not saying nothing else anymore. You got me on that one. I'm done.
I've thought I will do that one day, and maybe instead of doing live, because I go like 6-8 hours after my live. I'll go 6-8 hours straight.
Wow.
Like, bro, I got techno.
Right.
Wife's got the kids. I'm like, leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
12 hours. It's go time.
Yes.
I should do a recording and then do like a speed motion and just show.
Yes, the fast caption. Right.
There you go.
Time lapse it. Just put the camera in the corner, have it on time lapse, and forget about it, and just do what you do. So these people could see, because when I see the after fact, when I see the stacks of books that are going out, in my mind, I'm not seeing that. What I'm seeing is you grabbing each book, going through the list, checking addresses. Who's this? What
cardboard.
Right, cardboard, wrapping it up, putting it away. Okay, I'm done. That's number 25. Okay, now on to 26. You know what I mean? And it just boggles my mind. And that's something that I feel that, people underappreciate. They don't really understand the work that it goes in when you guys who sell comics on IG or any platform, period. You guys are like the pillars of this community, because you guys keep this community going, and we need to show respect, and we need to give that respect back to you guys. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on this first show, which, if you didn't know, this is my first show where I had, as you see, is episode 21, but for episode 1 through 20, I was doing this with my brother, No Good Comics, Justin, who is my host, and Justin no longer is doing the show. And now, of course, I have my brother Crash, who's helping me this week. And every week I have a co-host who's going to come by and help me out, as well as a guest. So as my first show, I wanted to showcase, sellers on IG, guys who put in that work on IG. And being that we had a topic that relates to selling and dealers, I felt like it was only right to have you on this show. Not only to speak on the topic that we have today, but also to showcase the work that you guys are doing on here, and to show that this ain't easy, what you guys do. And that's why I wanted to stay away from the topic a little bit and talk and get a little personal with you, so people could see that, you know what I mean? You guys keep this going. You got to understand that, how many people are going to say like, yo, I got this book on IG. And it was somebody like
Right.
you on IG who provided that service to them, you know, and you continually provide a professional service that they keep coming back, and you get that respect from the community as an official IG seller, you know. And that's, I think to me that's important because I purchase a lot of books on IG. You know, I prefer to buy my books on IG than eBay, you know. So I feel that to me right now, this is very important for everybody who's in the chat, everybody who's watching, because, you know, you guys really don't get the credit that you guys deserve. You know, people see you. It's very easy to just see a picture, see an image of all these books that are being shipped out, or they just go on real quick, see you on a claim sale, and then they could just hop right off.
Right.
You know, I could just jump in and jump out. You can't do that. You got to stay there for the next couple hours, getting these books sold. And then, as you just said, you spend another 12 hours afterwards just trying to, you know, package and organize yourself to get all these books ready for shipping and make sure you do it diligently and on time. Bro,
Always get it out by Monday.
You see what I'm saying? Bro, I will get it out by like 3 weeks from Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be me. Like you'll get it like 3 weeks from Tuesday. You know, like, but that's, you know, that's why I wanted to really talk about this, you know, take a little sidestep and talk about the, you know, the selling and the work that goes behind it, man, because it's amazing, man, what you guys do.
Honestly, bro, you really gotta love it. You really gotta love comic books. You really gotta have a passion for it, and it's gotta constantly be fueling you. You know, like I said, a lot of the books I want since I was a kid, they're just ungodly expensive. You know, so I just use that as fuel to keep me going, to keep selling, and keep doing what I'm doing. You know.
Yeah, man.
That's
awesome,
dope.
Man. That's amazing, man. Like, yo, much respect, bro, to you. You know, much respect to everyone doing this because it's not an easy thing to do. You know, and like you said,
I'm lucky. The wife supports it. You know, like I said,
you know what?
She's cool with the hobby funding itself if it can, and it has been, and it's good.
You know what? Right now, I just want to say shout out to all our wives. Shout out to all the women who support your husband, and shout out to the husbands who support our women who collect as well. Because we got some sisters in the building right here that collect, and they got their boyfriends or their husbands, and they support them as well. So, and my wife, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I'm not saying that because you're standing right here. You know, I'm just kidding. She's not in the room. She's not in the room. You know.
Thank you, wife. She's not here neither.
She's behind the camera.
She's filming me.
But yeah, so definitely, so you know, I think that's a big thing too. When you have such a supportive partner, I believe that has a lot to do with how you approach this, you know, this passion that you have for comic books, you know, and I commend you, you know, all the women and all the husbands and all the men that are supporting, you know, their significant other who's a collector, man, because it's really it's you know it's taxing on us, you know what I mean? We spend a lot of time, you know, in these books. You know, I'm not a seller, but believe me, I spend just as much time, you know, hunting, digging, speculating, you know, going through, you know, reviews and looking at stuff and trying to figure out which direction to go to spend my money on to make sure that, you know, I'm not just throwing my money away. But at the end of the day, me being the collector that I am, I don't, you know, I don't CGC, I don't slab, I don't do none of that. You know, I don't care for really much of value in a book per se. You know, the value in the book to me is like the cherry on top. You know, when I get a book, I get it because it's to complete my collection. I want it because it's an awesome cover. The writer, the artist, it's just something that resonates with me. Because I you know, it's just a nostalgic thing for me. You know, like you said, I'm 47. I've been collecting for over 35 years. You know, so it's like these books to me are worth more to me than what they are value wise.
Passion collector.
Yes.
Emotional collector.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of those. I'm definitely one of those.
That the good stuff's expensive, man.
It really is, right? It really is, man.
Yeah.
It fucking sucks, bro. It's like, why, man? Like, why? Like, can you really like just bring it down a little bit, man? Like, and you know what? It's like I want it, and I'm not even gonna sell the shit. I just want it in my PC. I want to be able to go through that box and just go like this.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. And put it back in, and then do it again the next day, and just go back again. Oh man, That's awesome. You know, and that's it. That's all I want. That's all I want. You know what I mean? You know, and so definitely shout out to all my passionate collectors and those who are there to do it for the passion, you know, and it's not about the bottom dollar. You know, shout out to you guys, man. And if you are about the bottom dollar, hey,
What
that's
they
how
saying
you
out
collect.
there? What they saying?
You know, what they're saying over here. Let's see what the people are saying. All right. Yeah. Thank you for spotlighting the great IG sellers like Rage. It is easy to forget how much work. That's right, man. Much respect, man. Thank you, Moonlit. Definitely, man. You got to show love to these guys, man, because they hold it down for us. You know? Definitely.
That's funny. Spider coming, his wife falls asleep.
Hey, listen. I can relate with that because yesterday I was talking to my wife because, you know, I was explaining to her, I was just like, yeah, you know, Kang, he's coming out, you know, with on Loki. So this, you know, it's a lot of stuff that's going on with Kang right now, the Conqueror, things are and I'm trying to explain to her, right? And she has this glazed look over her face, like, that's the look.
She's lost.
And I'm just like, no, babe, you gotta understand. I got the books, right? So it's dope, right? Because now they have some value, which is cool. Because it's, you know, that's just a bonus on top. So when I die, the kids have something. She's just like, and when you gonna sell them? You know, and I'm just like, whoa, what you just said?
100.
What you just said? When I'm gonna sell what? Like, you know, and
that's why I don't have that conversation with my wife because that's the next thing she says. Oh, really? Exactly. So when you gonna sell it? Like,
why do you guys think I sell?
See, his system works. His system works.
His system works. He's like, bro, how you think I keep my wife, man? It's like I gotta sell these fucking books if I'm walking out. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Well, we're coming down. Awesome talk, man. We're coming down to 4 minutes left in the show, and before we head out, Rage, I want you to let the people know what you got coming up, any sales you got coming up, where they can find you at, and everything else in between. Please let the people know.
Cool. So again, appreciate you having me on the show. Thank you again. Very interesting topics. I love it. So I got a sale coming up on Whatnot actually tomorrow at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard on the Whatnot app. My username is Rage Theo. I'm actually doing a giveaway for that sale. Everybody that buys will get entered into an auction for actually, I think I put it away, but it's a CGC 9.8 Berserker #1. White pages.
Whoa.
Nice. So yeah, definitely a book with a lot of potential. I think show movies rumored for next year, something like that.
That's right.
One of these days, I got to stop selling books before they're hot. But this one I'm giving away, so I feel good about it.
Good.
Awesome.
But, yeah, otherwise you can find me on IG at Rage Theo.
Awesome, man. Yeah, guys, just know his description his link is in the description. Make sure you check him out. Make sure you follow this guy. Make sure you follow Crash. He's over here. Make sure you follow Crash. Make sure you follow Rage. These guys are amazing. You know what I mean? If I'm following them, it's for a reason. Okay, you already know that. You know what I mean? I don't follow no sorry ass motherfuckers. Okay, I follow real motherfuckers, real fucking collectors. Okay, and if you follow me and you're not a collector, that's your problem, not my problem. So,
Burn.
So definitely, man, once again, you know, this was great. I love the talk, man. There was a lot of great points in here, guys, and it went to both sides. You know, going back, you know, to your local LCS charging you. You got to understand, we got to look at from both angles. But then again, at the end of the day, absolutely. I think something that was brought up from Rage was that you want to, when you come into a shop that you've never been there before, you don't know what's going on, you don't know the rules of the playing field, have that discussion, have that open discussion before you spend 3-4 hours digging away, sneezing with all the dust that's going on and, you know, getting all crazy in these boxes. Have that discussion with your local comic shop owner and find out, you know, what's the bottom line when it comes to, you know, digging and finding something that now has value, but yet it is priced differently. You know, remember that, guys. You know, you got to come at this from both angles. And I think that's just, you know, the best way to go about it right now, you know. And once again, guys, if you're catching this replay, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And for those who haven't, hit the like button. Make sure you sub up. And make sure you follow these guys, man. For real. Stop playing around. Follow these guys. You know, and once again, Rage, appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on. I know it was last minute. I actually, you know, and I appreciate you for that you jumped on. I was a little nervous. I was like, nah, he ain't coming on.
100%.
And the brother jumped on.
Thank you, Rage. Appreciate that, bro. Nice meeting you today,
I'll
man.
never leave anybody in the deep end alone.
Thank you so much, man. I
Good to know.
appreciate you for sure. And once again, everybody, y'all already know Comic Relief. I catch y'all next week, Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern. Peace.
Deuce.
Say it.